I'm Tracy from Dream Awake Healing. I'm going live on my Instagram page, and then we will upload it later to my YouTube. So come check it out if you miss it. Anyway, I just really heard about there's an amazing astrological portal opening, some energy that is coming in that is unlike anything that's been here in many, many, many years, decades even. And I wanted to take advantage of that, right? I cannot really explain to you what that portal is, but go look it up, May 27th, right? But what I can talk about is who I am and what I've started, which is Dream Awake Healing. Dream Awake Healing is a place where people can learn rebirthing breath work and how to investigate their mind and what their thoughts are so that they can change the results in their lives. A place where you can come to just de-stress, just relax, learn how to get better sleep. Oh, sleep is so important, and we really need that deep, restorative sleep to help us heal, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We have all of these bodies, and we want to give attention and love to all of them. So I was talking to a friend last week, and she said, so why do you want to do this? You know, what is it about this work that is calling to you, I guess? And I thought about that for a minute, and I wanted to kind of come on and tell you all why, because it's pretty good. Anyway, I got sober, clean and sober, when I was very young. It's almost been 41 years. And it was hard, especially hard in the beginning. But it is a spiritual program, and we do not do it alone. But 2 or 3 years in, I found the work called A Course in Miracles, and I started studying that. And that really started talking about at one-ment, really, being one with God, one with our Creator, one with our Source, one with unconditional love, that there are only 2 emotions, really. They all boil down to fear and love. So hate is not the opposite of love, it's fear. And fear had ruled so much of my life. I had spent years not acting because of fear, like being immobilized, really. And A Course in Miracles also teaches that we're one with each other. And I think that this is so many years ago, and people were just really, there was like these core little groups that you could find to study with, but I think you say that to people now and they're just like, yes, I get it. I feel the connection. I feel the energy, the vibration, the frequency. You know what happens when you have a thought about somebody and you think about them for a while, and then all of a sudden they've picked up the phone and called you, or messaged you or emailed you, something, got in touch in some way. That is not by accident. We always think, oh, what a coincidence, but it's not. We put the energy out there and it came back to us. So, after I found A Course in Miracles, I found rebirthing breathwork. A friend of mine who was in the program with me had learned it. She had learned how to facilitate it, and she asked me if she could practice on me, and I was like, absolutely. And so I began weekly sessions. Now, a session of breath work, this type of breath work, it lasts about an hour and a half, right? Half an hour is probably chatting, talking, what's going on in your life, kind of like stirring stuff up for the breath to take care of. And then the breath work begins. The breath work session lasts about 45 minutes to an hour. And you are breathing in a connected, conscious, circular way. And connected because there's no pause at the top or no pause at the bottom. So that makes it circular, right? And it's conscious because you're awake, you're aware, you want to feel your body. You're going to feel like, where do I feel stuck, or where do I feel the energy moving, or where do I feel this or that? And then what happens is, I tell people it's kind of like when you're working out. You know how you're breathing like that when you're working out. But you're expending the energy as fast as you're creating it because you're working out, and that's why you're breathing like that. But when you breathe like that and you're lying still, the energy starts to accumulate in your body. I'm going to tell you that 70% of toxins in our bodies are released through the breath. That's right. The lungs are one of the major detoxifying systems in our bodies. It's amazing, right? But also what happens is you feel calmer. You feel more at ease, peaceful, happy, and connected to your higher power. Maybe even receiving messages of inspiration, right? A thought might enter, or you'll realize you've been having this other thought that's creating negative results in your life, and you know all of a sudden how to change it or how to shift it, or it just gets changed or shifted by itself because your inner being, your higher self, just knows that you're ready to let go of it. It's kind of like, we don't go through the garbage before we take it out, right? We just throw it in a bag and we get rid of it. So, but the thing that I realized, the reason why breath work attracted me so strongly is that because it was easy. Now, as somebody in recovery, I don't know if you are in recovery, anybody out there, you might be familiar with the phrase, the easier, softer way. And how as addicts or alcoholics, we are always looking for the easier, softer way. But guess what? That's usually not the right tactic, okay? It usually doesn't give us the learning that we want, the experiences that we desire. The lasting transformation doesn't usually come from the easier, softer way. But with breath work, that's exactly what happened. With regular breath work, and I was going every week, every other week, and I'd say at the end of 6 months of that, I would go into a meeting or somebody, work or someplace, and people would be like, Tracy, you're smiling all the time these days. Like, what's going on? What are you doing? And I was kind of afraid to tell them because it wasn't program, Or at that time, I would be like, oh, I'm rebirthing. They'd be like, what's that? I'm like, breath work. They're like, what's that? So nobody really understood what breath work was or the magic that it could bring them. So here we are, present day. I'm retired from my job, my career as a medical technologist, and I want to give this back. I want to show people how easy it can be to undo your patterns, how easy it can be to figure them out and let them go. When you can just lay down and breathe in this way, allow somebody to coach you so that you can learn to do it yourself eventually. This is the practice. You really do want to be able to do it yourself, but I will tell you, you will go deeper and feel safer with a coach, especially in the beginning. It's the smart thing to do. So that's my job now. My job is to help you to let go of what's not working for you and help you to love your life, help you to create the absolute exact life that you want, and to know that as the creators, we are one with Source, and that as creators, if something's not working and we start to feel all this emotion, we can still feel that because it's the experience that we've created. But if we can learn to breathe through it, recognize almost immediately when we're holding our breath. The more breath work you do, the faster you can recognize when you're holding your breath and you need to take a breath. Take that breath. Pause. Take 2 or 3 if you need it. And then what happens is you've calmed your whole nervous system down. And instead of reacting to something, you can respond to it. You are allowed to take the time that you need to integrate your feelings, breathe through them, move through them, feel them, and then they're gone, never to return, or to return at a lesser level if it's a major lesson for you in this lifetime. Anyway, I am doing free breathwork intros each month, one each month. Go to my website. It's dreamawakehealing.com. Look through it. There's a lot of great information. I would love to work with you guys. I'm really working on my own stuff, right? Because we're never all healed completely. But I have so much experience, strength, and hope that I want to pass on and share with you. And if you are somebody that's in recovery, this can skyrocket your process. It can jumpstart anything, anytime you're feeling a little bit stuck. It can help you move through it so much easier. So this is really why I got into it. Easier, softer way. I'm just breathing. You're just going to be breathing. Now, investigating your mind can take a little bit, but that can be fun too. And please call me. Get in touch. Let's do this thing. All right, you guys. I love you so much. Look for this on YouTube if you missed it. Please watch the replay and feel free to share it everywhere. Okay? I love you guys. Bye. Oh, I don't even know how to turn this off.